Man's journey begins with disaster. He awakens as the most useless class, the unemployed wanderer. Although he can learn basic skills from all classes, as time goes on, he falls far behind those who have advanced professions. My teacher advised me to just find a simple job. I confidently declared, I won't give up. In fact, I'll be the top scorer in the national exams. Unexpectedly, I awakened a unique system. As long as I complete daily tasks, I'll receive corresponding rewards. Congratulations, you ran 100 kilometers. Reward: 1 skill point. Congratulations, you completed 10,000 push-ups. Reward: 10 free attribute points. The biggest flaw of the unemployed wanderer class is having too many skills but not enough skill points. But with this system, you can even use time to gain more points. I maxed out all basic skills of every class using the system. Instead of unemployed wanderer, I think master of all trades suits me better. 2.5 months passed like this, and my attributes have improved in all aspects. Today is the day of the national exam. As for the top scorer, Yun Chen will claim it. Suddenly 3 large gates appeared in the school square. They represent dungeons from easy to nightmare difficulty. While others were looking for teammates, I chose to go solo. And I picked the Nightmare Dungeon, a near-death challenge. The students gasped in shock. Is he in a hurry to die or something? An unemployed wanderer daring to take on nightmare difficulty? He must think he's Yi Shu or something. Just then someone shouted, "Look, that guy is running." In that moment I dashed like a cheetah, swiftly weaving through the dungeon. With every swing of my sword, a goblin fell lifeless to the ground. Seeing the monsters gather in a horde, I quickly switched my sword to a staff. Then I unleashed the mage's basic skill Fireball. Its destructive power was immense, wiping out all the remaining goblins. The crowd erupted in cheers at my dazzling display of skill. Even the principal couldn't help but praise. This kid's skill damage is ridiculously high. He must have awakened some kind of special talent. My homeroom teacher quickly explained his talent is versatile. It can enhance all basic skills by 2 grades. The principal sighed upon hearing this. What a pity, this talent can only upgrade skills to a maximum of C+ quality. It's useful early on, but it won't carry him far. As they were talking, I had already reached the door of the second room. The difficulty of this stage was cranked up to the max. No more low-level minions this time. The entire army was made up of high-level goblins and shamans. Facing a barrage of magic attacks, I decisively used the summoner's basic skill, and summoned 3 water elemental giants to shield me. In the next moment a massive explosion was heard. The terrifying blast engulfed the entire dungeon room. As my figure reappeared, the goblins were left in utter shock. The staff in my hand had disappeared, replaced by dual mechanical pistols. Ready, my beauties? Time to rain down some firepower. The principal couldn't hide his concern. The gunslinger has the most complex set of basic skills. It requires incredible precision to master. And to maximize the passive skill, Relentless Hunt, every single shot needs to hit. No rookie could pull this off. But in the next moment his doubts were shattered. I darted among the monsters with ease, landing every bullet flawlessly. I even used the wild monsters to stack my killing intent, boosting my attack speed and movement speed. With the buffs fully maxed, I slid directly towards the horde, unleashing the gunslinger's signature move, Mobile Shot. Asterisk rat-a-tat-a-tat-a. As my clip emptied I suddenly launched myself upward, soaring into the air with flawless form. I reloaded swiftly in mid-air, spinning like a top as I descended headfirst. Bullets whirled like a tornado piercing the monster horde. By the time I landed, the entire goblin army had been annihilated. The principal's face lit up with joy. Even if Yun Chen exits the dungeon now, with this performance Yun Chen might even rank in the top 10 of the province. The students looked at him with admiration and awe. Some even wanted to follow in his footsteps and become an unemployed wanderer. But before they could finish speaking the teacher slapped them. Forget it, the teacher warned, abandon that idea now. His skill knowledge and perfect timing are at a terrifying level. If a regular person tried this, they'd be 6 feet under by now. This kid is an unprecedented genius. Yun Chen clearly had no intention of backing out now. Without hesitation he pushed open the final door. Students watched eagerly in anticipation. But just then the big screen abruptly changed. It turned out that aside from Yun Chen, the other examinees were struggling immensely. Even the top students had fallen in the second stage. The survivors frantically used teleport scrolls to escape. But most of them were severely injured. The younger students in the stands were disheartened. Yeah, this isn't just a game. Every year around this time, the principal selects a top student to boost morale. But this year, he chose to focus the screen on an ordinary student like Yun Chen. But this time, the screen cut back to Yun Chen, who was now facing the final boss, the Gaul Monarch. The oppressive aura around it made my heart skip a beat. Human, was it you who slaughtered my children? Was it you who killed my children? I drew the spear from my back without a hint of fear. Don't be in such a hurry. In 20 seconds you'll be joining them. Monk. blood rage. The principal started shaking with anger at the sight. This is absolute madness. He activated the blood rage skill. It boosts all stats by 80% for 20 seconds. But once the effect ends, he'll be left in a weakened state. Does he really think he can end the fight in just 20 seconds? Yes, that's exactly what I planned to do. In just a few agile moves, I was already right in front of the monarch. But the giant axe in its hand struck first, splitting me clean in half. As my classmates gasped in shock at my apparent death, the principal calmly pointed out it was just a decoy clone. Sure enough, in the next second my figure reappeared. I slashed a long deep cut across the monarch's back. The monarch spun around in fury, only to be hit square in the face by a magic gem. Flashlight activated instantly. Blinding light caused the monarch to scream in agony, unable to open its eyes. I seized the opportunity, lunging forward like a dragon with my spear, and aimed a fierce strike at its chest. But just then I heard a sharp crack. The spear had shattered into 2 pieces from the impact. The principal was stunned. He angrily asked the homeroom teacher what grade weapon I was using. The teacher quickly explained Yun Chen's family is poor. He could only afford the cheapest black iron grade equipment. The principal was on the verge of despair. If Yun Chen fails because of his lousy gear, you might as well go find a factory job. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, weaponless, I had no choice but to rely on my agility to dodge attacks. But then the monarch suddenly used Earth Stomp to trap me in place. With only 9 seconds left on Blood Rage, I decisively left an opening and lured the monarch in close. I immediately cast Thorned Vines to bind it in place. As it hesitated, I quickly used my fist gloves to strike at its back. Through weakness perception, I had discovered by chance that the monarch's weak point was a wound hidden under its cloak. But just as my flame fist was about to land on its weak spot, the monarch broke free from the vines and spun around. It took the deadly blow directly to its chest. As it staggered backward, it sneered, "Human, the 20 seconds are up. You've lost." Instead of fear, I smiled. "Really? I don't think so." The monarch froze for a moment at my response. Then it noticed something under its feet. It was the broken tip of the spear that had appeared out of nowhere. The next second I heard a asterisk thunk. As the spear tip pierced its weak spot perfectly, the mighty goblin monarch fell. Congratulations, you have successfully cleared the Nightmare Goblin Dungeon. Time, 14 minutes and 47 seconds. You are now confirmed as the first player in history to clear this dungeon. You have earned 3 pieces of golden grade equipment and the title, Goblin Slayer. Damage to goblin species increased by 25%. I nodded in satisfaction. First in history. With this, the provincial top spot is almost guaranteed, right? Just then the dungeon voice echoed once more. It reminded me that I could unlock a new achievement talent, but I could only choose 3 options. Without hesitation, I selected quick casting. When I teleported out of the dungeon, the entire hall erupted in thunderous applause. Everyone cheered Yun Chen is invincible. Even the principal and teacher rushed forward excitedly, grabbing me for a round of photos. Then the principal even had the driver bring his 675L E12 engine car with a maximum power of 562 horsepower and a 0 to 100 km/h acceleration time of just 36 seconds to personally send me home. He knew that if I could win this provincial top spot, East Cloud Academy would soar to new heights as well. 10 minutes later, I returned to my modest apartment. I found that my sister had already prepared dinner. She said it was a special day for my college entrance exams. She even added some shredded meat to the dish. Hearing this, I couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness. My parents died young, so we could only survive on government assistance. To let me focus on practicing combat skills, my sister took on all the household chores. The only thing I could do was repay her through extraordinary effort. When she learned that I had performed exceptionally in the exams, she immediately started crying with excitement. Does this mean we can eat meat every week from now on? I gently stroked her nose, smiling. Silly girl. From now on, if you want whale meat, your brother will catch it for you. 5 days passed in a flash. The college entrance exam results were finally announced. And unsurprisingly, I ranked first in Jiangnan province. I rushed to my room and opened the system to check. I found that the tasks I had completed were now marked as finished. The next second, a flood of notifications filled the screen. Ranked up from B to A+. Skill, Divine Flash, S. Unlocked. Congratulations. You have obtained the S tier item, Rebirth Cross. Congratulations. You have obtained a new talent, S+ tier, Supernatural Regeneration. I couldn't help but shine with excitement. I didn't expect the system could upgrade my talent. This meant that with the asterisk versatile talent, all my basic skills would be upgraded to B+ level. And the system had also rewarded me with so many life-saving skills. It would be hard to die now. The next morning I went to school. I found that many reporters and influencers were trying to gather information about me. Fortunately, I had prepared in advance, so I wasn't recognized on the spot. However, when I reached the door of the meeting room, I heard the sounds of an argument coming from inside. Inside the room, the admissions officers from various prestigious universities were gathered together. Among them a teacher from Qingda sneered. A mere, unemployed wanderer, dares to boast of being unparalleled. Tell him to pick a class and change professions immediately. Otherwise don't even think about entering Qingda. A student from Qingda hurriedly chimed in. That kid actually used the unemployed wanderer to exploit the loophole in the exams. He may have done well in the exams, but he's throwing away his future. Truly short-sighted. Hearing this, my homeroom teacher was instantly enraged. Don't speak out of turn without understanding the situation. Yun Chen's abilities are clear to all the teachers and students in our school. At this moment a woman's voice erupted. East Cloud Academy belongs to Jiangnan province. If Qingda is so arrogant, they think Jiangnan is easy to bully? The Qingda teacher wasn't backing down. Oh, why so angry? You really think Qingda is afraid of you? As the tension between them escalated, the principal suddenly let out an angry roar. Enough. Are you here to recruit or to fight? The Qingda student quickly replied, we're here to recruit. We suspect that the results of this year's exam are dubious. Bang! I kicked open the door. After overhearing for so long I couldn't stand it anymore. So, are you doubting my abilities? I walked right up to the Qingda student. I'm standing here right now. Does senior dare to accept the challenge from this so-called inflated top scorer? If you can't defeat me within 5 moves you'll kneel and call for your mother and I'll admit defeat. The long-haired man laughed, clearly enraged. A mere graduating student dares to challenge me? You really don't know your limits. The homeroom teacher hurriedly stepped forward to stop it. Yun Chen, don't be reckless. He's a top student from Qingda. You're no match for him. But the long-haired student waved his hand dismissively, mocking. Once you say something you can't take it back. I'm looking forward to seeing who will be the one kneeling and calling for their mother. Before long, everyone gathered in the arena. At this moment the Qingda teacher suddenly spoke up. Make it quick. Don't embarrass Qingda. Don't worry teacher, I'll take care of him within 3 moves. He immediately began chanting a high-level spell. However, he could never have imagined that what happened next would almost make him question his entire life.